Well, I'm going to go there for a minute. Saying It Like It Is the channel here. And it seems like the only time I hear about stuff that I'm going through is when I watch the lower end of YouTube content creators. Don't be offended by that, trust me. Let me continue. What I mean by the lower end of YouTube content creators is the creators that aren't sucking the dick of Google to get views. What I love about the low end is that these guys, girls, are always keeping it real. You know, they're not using clickbait. They're not buying views or whatever it is. They're not editing for 5 hours to talk for 5 minutes. That shit drives me nuts. This is not CBS. You do not have to go that far to make a point. With that said, that's why I like DoorDash Revolution, Saying It Like It Is, Zach. And there's a list of others. I'm not doing shout-outs tonight. I don't do shout-outs anyway, but I will show some respect, you know. What I just heard him talk about was the email that we all got about letting the government know that we don't want to be employees, as Fonzie would say it back in the 70s and 80s. I don't want to be an employee. If I wanted to be an employee, I would have been an employee. The reason I came here is because I don't want to be an employee. I will work when I want to work. Period. I will choose what jobs I do. Period. I will choose all the above and more. That's what I like about it. That's what I will continue to like about it. The interesting thing is I haven't heard anybody mention the one thing that's been driving me nuts about this whole idea of government interference with gig work. They say that we're not being treated fairly. We don't get the protections of a W-2 job. We don't get those protections. We need to be protected. Protected from what? What do we need protection from? A bad manager? A bad supervisor? A bad lead? A bad owner? A bad regional manager? Bad customers? Do we need protection from that? Because W-2 employees don't get that. Why do you think we're in the gig economy? Because we were W-2 employees and we didn't get that protection there. Most of us got fired more times than we can count, or quit more times than we can count, because the work environment sucked. The last job I had, they took my benefits away. They took pay away. But wanted more work. I didn't get no protection from that. What exactly is it that's going to happen if we become employees? What is this magic thing that's going to happen that's going to make us all feel better about showing up to work? We don't have to worry because we're being protected by the government. I'm sorry, but that's funny even just say. Hearing myself say that out loud just cracks me up. God, let's not forget about the one big thing that I still haven't heard. I'll get back to that in a minute. Now, I hear that these guys are saying that, you know, they'll send in the email and they'll help DoorDash if DoorDash is transparent and doesn't hide tips and things of that nature. God, and then right after it, they say this. Well, there's Grubhub doesn't do it. This one doesn't do it. That one doesn't do it. And I'm like, well, then what are you doing on DoorDash? You got all these options at your fingertips. But you're going to complain about DoorDash because they do something you don't like. Oh my God, isn't that the reason that we left the W-2 jobs? Because they did something we didn't like? So instead of bitching about it on YouTube, what do? We quit our fucking jobs, went to the gig economy, where we knew damn good and well as soon as we signed the bottom line, right off the bat, this is all me as an independent contractor. This is all me. I have to go by their rules and regulations and how they want things done on their platform. Barring that, it's all me. If I don't like what's on the platform, I don't work that day. If I don't like the pay, I'll go somewhere else. I don't get it. Have anybody remember what a W-2 job was? It was worse than the gig economy. That's why we're here. Check this out. I literally just lost one completion rating because of this glitch they had that Saying It Like It Is mentioned. It had nothing to do with me. I accepted the job. I was a mile away from the store. I got to the store. I waited. The order wasn't ready. I swear to you, the second I saw them come out, it was Chick-fil-A, by the way. The second I saw this bag that looked like it because of the drinks, I was like, oh, that's got to be. And then they call out the name. I have one for so-and-so. I looked down at my phone because I was already getting those messages, those pop-up messages. If you don't complete this order soon, it will be reassigned. I'm like, I already clicked I was here. Fuck. I was a mile away when I got it. What do you want me to do? Transport? It wasn't DoorDash. It was a glitch. The problem is that they know there's a glitch, but they don't give you anything for the glitch other than, yes, they assigned the order. They reassigned it. So as I'm sitting there, by the way, it wasn't a banger, but it was damn good. It was like $8.75 for 2 miles. I was like, oh, yeah, baby. So, yeah, I lost a completion rate. Called DoorDash. So, that was a lost cause. I was only afraid of one thing, and this is what I asked DoorDash about the support. I was like, if this keeps on happening, I could be deactivated, because if it happens like 18 times in a row, I'm done. And I have no recourse. And then it dawned on me, aren't you the stupid ass now? You already knew this coming into it. Yes, you can be screwed over by the very platform that you're trying to support, and you have no recourse. But then again, if you just decide you're not going to show up to DoorDash the day that you scheduled, or you start a dash now as a top dasher, and you leave in 5 minutes and end the dash, they can't do shit about that now, can they? Try doing that shit in a W-2 job. I don't feel good today. I'm not doing it. You get crickets with DoorDash. A W-2 job, some places you got to have paperwork, some places they go against you, give you a point, and all this other stuff, and you're flirting with disaster. So, no, I think that's fine the way it is. If they want to turn us into W-2s, then we'll just have to go from there, ladies and or gentlemen of the jury. I don't know what to say. Once it happens, then we'll know what to talk about. Once it doesn't go through, then we'll know what to talk about. Personally, I would have thought that this administration and the people that are controlling the Labor Department would have bigger fish to fry. But let's say this before the video ends, because I don't go over 10 minutes. If you do this, DoorDash goes bust, but then so do we. Then you are going back to a W-2 job. Forever and ever, amen. What would you rather do? Complain about the fact that they're not transparent, or complain about the fact that you got to start putting in applications again and listening to a 21-year-old with snot hanging out of his nose telling you what you're going to do with your break time? Give me a fucking break about this shit. I'm happy with the way it is. I'll stay happy with the way it is. And just realize something. Once in a while, you're going to get smacked in the face. Buy DoorDash, Grubhub, all of them. It's digital. It ain't going to be perfect all the time. No shit. Anyway, good luck out there. Personally, myself, I take my licks when it comes to DoorDash. Trust me, I've taken quite a few. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys next time. Torp out.